Hi everyone, today I'm painting an accent wall in the color Elusive Green with duration from Sherwin-Williams. In this video, while I paint, I thought I'd do something a bit different and read some Reddit posts from one of my favorite subreddits called Am I the A-Hole? So let me know if y'all enjoy the stories, and yeah, let's get started. Am I the asshole for deciding on my family over my wife? Hey everyone, I'm facing a bit of a dilemma. I'm wondering if I might be the one in the wrong here. Let me share the situation. My sister recently went through a surgery due to some health issues she's been dealing with. On the night of her scheduled surgery, my wife and I had plans for a movie night. However, my family needed me there to support them. Understandably, my wife was disappointed when I explained the situation to her. She felt like our plans were being canceled again in favor of my family. To be honest, this isn't the first time I've had to prioritize family matters over our plans. It has been causing increasing frustration for her. I do realize that my wife was looking forward to our movie night and feels like she's not getting the attention she deserves. On the other hand, I genuinely could not bear the thought of not being there for my sister during this critical time and potentially risking my family reputation. So, am I the asshole here for choosing my family over our movie night with my wife? I really want to try to find a way to make it right with her. At the time, I also want to be there for my sister during the crucial time. I would greatly appreciate any thoughts or advice you might have on this matter. Edit/info. Number 1, the times I prioritized my family over my wife was only 2 other times, where there was an urgent instance and it would inconveniently be on the day me and my wife had plans. Number 2, the surgery my sister had was not planned in advance and was sudden. I did not know in advance whatsoever. Number 3, the reason I said I could risk my family reputation is because my family is usually known to shame other family members for not supporting or attending special or important moments for people in the family. Hope that clears some stuff up. I'll add more in the comments later on. So personally, I think the OP is definitely not the asshole. Personally, I think family comes before, partners. I know it gets kind of tricky when you're married, because when you're married, that's automatically your family too, but I don't know, usually I'm just gonna choose family over anyone else because family's number one for me personally. But everyone in the comments apparently really disagreed with my stance and was saying he was the one in the wrong. So I'm curious if y'all agree with me or if y'all agree with everyone else. Definitely let me know in the comments though. Okay, so for story number 2, am I the asshole for making a snack with food that was bought with my money? I share custody of my 9-year-old son with his dad. He makes less than I do, so I got punished by having to pay child support. Basically, this man is living in luxury off my back. Yet, I remain civil to him. Sorry, I feel like this woman already sounds so entitled. Okay, let's keep going. I went to pick up our son from my ex's house, and my son was there with our sitter. My son asked if he could finish up their game, and I said sure. I hadn't had time to eat, so I took a Diet Coke and sushi from the fridge. Not a lot. My son finished his game with the sitter, and I told him to say bye to him, and we left. Yesterday, I get a nasty text from my ex saying not to raid his fridge. I said, first off, it was a Coke and a couple of sushi rolls. I was letting our son finish his game and was hungry. Second of all, I paid for that food, so F you for trying to pick a fight over that. I told him he should be more gracious. He said he wasn't going to apologize and from now on stay the F out of his home. I said, you mean the home I paid with my money? All this over a can of soda that cost 50 cents. And really he said he saw me on his security cameras in the kitchen. Personally, I think obviously the OP is the one in the wrong here. I think she sounds super entitled, and the fact that she thinks everything he gets from child support is her money, I think that's really strange and entitled, because that's his money. Once you hand that over, it becomes his, so yeah, she sounds super entitled, and I kind of feel bad for the husband. But okay, yeah, story number 3. Am I the asshole for not wanting my husband to pay back his ex thousands of dollars? I, 23 female, reunited with a high school ex, 25 male, after I achieved my bachelor's. Before this happened, my now husband was living with his girlfriend at the time. He admitted to having a lot of money troubles, which she covered a lot for. The short story is his car was broken down and she helped pay for repairs along with picking up his share of the rent a few times. We rekindled pretty quick and eloped a few months into our relationship. We now have a child who is in daycare while both of us work. Our apartment is super cramped, so I discussed purchasing a house. My parents are helping with my school loans, so this would all be on us. We discussed proper budgeting and other ways to save up when he admitted he was trying to save some money to repay his ex for car repairs. Things unraveled into a messy fight. In my opinion, my husband has felt guilty for moving on so quick from this girl when we got back together and wants to repair the damages he caused. It's really not about the money. That's a bold assumption. Okay, so he talks with a therapist about it, but no change. I told him this, along with our child, is now number one priority, not this girl. He actually left and hasn't come back home. He says he needs some time. I let my mom and friends know what was happening to hear their thoughts. Mom sided with me, but my friends had to suggest it's the right thing for him to do. The girl is fine, so I guess I don't get the point of paying her back almost 2 years later. Personally, I think the OP is definitely the asshole here. I think he has a moral obligation to pay her back. I don't think it has anything to do with anything else, like nothing to do with the fact it's his ex, nothing to do with anything except he has a moral responsibility to pay back what he owes, no matter what the situation is. Okay, y'all, this next one's pretty bad. Am I the asshole for not telling my wife I started vaping again? So, I'm not sure if any other males here just forget to mention things or don't mention things as they feel like it's not important. Is it just me? Okay. First of all, I don't think it's like a male-female thing. I think he is just trying to like downplay what he did or something. Like, how do you not know it's important to share things with your wife? Okay, I don't know. Let's just keep going. I quit vaping around 4 years ago. After a stressful time at my old job, I ended up picking it up again. I then switched jobs and stopped again, but something happened and I found myself picking it back up yet again. I ended up vaping only while I was at work, but it was daily. Over the weekend, I met up with some friends and took my vape with me. One of the guys mentioned to my wife they didn't realize I had picked it up again, and she flipped out at me. She's now saying I've lied to her and disrespected her, and now she's concerned I've been lying and hiding other things. Am I the asshole for not telling her I started vaping again? I think he is, for sure. I think it's a little bit ridiculous he doesn't think it's important to share things with his wife, especially addictions. I think that's probably the first thing you should tell your partner. Yeah, I think it's absolutely disrespectful, and I wouldn't trust him either, so, yeah, good luck to them. Am I the asshole for letting people know no one wants to see their PDA? I was on a bus today after a long shift, and as luck would have it, I happened to sit right next to a young couple clearly in love. I hate romance, but I'm a decent person and never let anyone know if something makes me uncomfortable. That's an odd thing to say. Okay, but this couple was going at it. For 10 minutes straight, they kept smacking their faces like their life depended on it. It was dark outside, so I had no choice but to look straight ahead. You could look at your phone. They're not forcing you to stare at them. I was tired and honestly overworked, so when they started once again, I kicked the guy's seat 2 times with my heavy Martins. He looked at me and I gave him the biggest death stare and shook my head. They stopped after that. I don't mind if a couple shares a few kisses, but this was like straight out of a word I can't say. My reasoning is that if you're not going to be a decent human being to people around you, neither should I. I feel good about it, but something tells me it wasn't right. Am I the asshole for kicking his seat and letting them know they shouldn't show as much PDA? So I think he is the one in the wrong here, honestly, just because of how he went about it. I don't think it's really nice to kick someone's seat when you can just ask them nicely to stop. But I understand not wanting to see that. I just don't like how he went about it. So I think he is the one in the wrong. I don't like the logic of, if they're not being nice, that means you don't need to be nice. I don't really think that's good logic. I think you should be nice no matter what. And if they're bothering you, you should communicate that to them. But yeah, that was the last one, y'all. Let me know if y'all agree with me on some of these stances. I'm curious if y'all have kind of different ideas. And definitely let me know if y'all like this style of videos because I think I enjoyed this one a little bit more than past videos. I'm just such a big fan of Reddit and all the crazy stories on there, so yeah, it was really, really nice making this. So let me know if y'all enjoyed it as much as I did making it. Thanks for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video.